So I am starting to make the tomato sauce. I have 20 tomatoes and I cut little crosses in both ends of the tomatoes, and what I'm going to do is drop them into boiling water to peel the skin off, and this is to make the tomato sauce. Okay, so as you can see, here are my 20 tomatoes. I have something to pull the tomatoes out of the boiling hot water, and then I have a bucket of cool water back here in the bag. So I'm going to take the tomatoes, put them in the boiling hot water. For about a minute. And then I'll take them. Then I will take them out of here and put them in the cool water. And I was able to put the majority of the tomatoes inside the boiling water the first round. So as you can see, that tomato right there, it is starting to peel already. So that is how I know that it's time to pull them out. Like this one, that one, I'm going to pull them out right now because they are ready to be pulled. So the water that is in this pot boiling is just our normal reverse osmosis filtered sink water. I always use that water because it's just cheaper to use water that's boiling. But when I soak things, like in this pot, I have my alkaline water. So if I'm soaking like Brazil nuts or just anything that has to soak overnight, like chickpeas or anything like that, I'll use the alkaline water to soak it in. Or you can also use spring water too if you prefer that. But these, as you see, these are ready. I'm going to pull them. Okay, so now basically what I'm going to do is peel the skin off of the tomatoes, which is going to be really, really easy. And I'm even going to cut off this little end part because that bothers me. And I'm going to put it all in my blender and get ready to mix everything up. So I will just peel the skins off the tomatoes, cut those little ends off, and put it in my blender, and I'll show you what seasonings and stuff like that I add. Okay, so for the tomatoes, I kind of half blended some of them because all of them wouldn't fit in my blender, so that's why you see some of them blended and some of them not. But for the seasonings that I'm going to add into that mixture, into the tomatoes right now, this is 2 tablespoons of basil, 2 tablespoons of oregano, 1 tablespoon of sea salt, and 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And I'm also going to add some agave. I will add 2 tablespoons of agave. And I'm also going to add bay leaves, but I won't add these until I actually put them in the on the stove to start cooking. I'll add the bay leaves in. Oh, and I also add 2 tablespoons of 2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil. And the reason why I'm adding grapeseed oil is this oil is the only oil that I cook with. I do not cook with olive oil because that is not healthy for you. It can become a carcinogenic. So I don't do olive oil. I know a lot of people like olive oil and they cook with oil, but I use grapeseed oil. It holds heat very, very well. And I'll get back with you once I put these seasonings in here and blend it up and put my agave and grapeseed oil in there. I'll be ready to put it in the on the stove. But I'm also going to chop up a half of green pepper, half of red onion, half of white onion. So yes. Okay, so now, and I never thought about it, but if you hear water running behind me, that is me filling up the water from the reverse osmosis. I'm so sorry. I don't know how the quality of this video is going to be, but we'll make it work. And I can make changes from here out. But anyway, right here I have a half a onion, green pepper, half a purple onion, and a half of a white onion or sweet onion or whichever one you want to use. And I am going to saute the onions, I will saute the onions and green pepper in the grapeseed oil for about a couple of minutes, and then I will pour the actual tomato sauce out of the blender that I just mixed up into the pot, and then put my bay leaves and let it just cook for 2-3 hours, just whenever I think it's good. Okay, so as you can see, I have a little oil in the bottom of this crusty, rusty pan, but don't worry, I will fix this and get a new one. But here are my vegetables that I chopped up, and I am just going to place those into the oil. Okay, we got it all in there. And I am going to let this saute for a little while. Let me turn up the fire because I really don't have it up that high. I'm going to let it saute until I can start smelling, till you know, get the aroma. And then I am going to pour my tomato sauce into here after that is done. And let me tell you something. These bamboo utensils, I went through my house. I was cooking with plastic for a while, and that is not good for you. So I went through and threw all of that stuff away. Even the Tupperware that you store your food in, I even threw all those out and got glass ones. And then the stuff that I cook with, I got bamboo, because all that plastic stuff is just really bad for you. So I try to eliminate all that stuff out of our lives. And I can show you the type of glassware that I got in a little while. And what is that? A skin. Okay, I gotta get that out. Alright, but that's all I'm doing right now. Sauteing this up and gonna add the tomato sauce once it is done, the tomato sauce. Okay. Well, the onions and bell peppers, I sauteed those. And now I've added the tomato sauce mixture, and I put 3 bay leaves inside. And now I'm just going to let this cook, well, simmer. Let it simmer for about 2 hours, I guess. or until I feel that it is enough time. And while this is simmering, I am going to start on something else. And what that's going to be, I don't know yet, but we'll start somewhere. And this color, this tomato sauce is more red than what is appearing on camera, but it is not as red as the tomato sauce that be in the cans, because you know the tomato sauce that they put in the cans, they actually add food coloring to that. So this is a healthier alternative, a way better alternative to the tomato sauce in the can.